started. So let us start today's class. I believe you have got an idea about the tissues, the cell differentiation and the stem cells from the previous video. So today we will discuss about the animal tissues. Are you ready? You know very well our body, that is animal body, is made up of different kinds of cells and different group of cells, that is tissues, and different organs and organ system. So these tissues are performing particular functions. You know that, isn't it? So these functions are carried out by different types of tissues, and these tissues are categorized based on the different functions. We can simply say that the tissues are categorized based on these functions, that is protection and movement and locomotion and connection and transmission of signals. Now let's look on how these functions are carried out by different tissues. See, for protection we have epithelial tissue, and for connection we have connective tissue, and for movement and locomotion we have muscular tissue, and for transmitting signals we have nervous tissue. So first we will learn about the epithelial tissue. See, this epithelial tissue are made up of epithelial cells. See, the word epithelial means the covering. Epi means above. So the covering of the particular organ or the body. See, our body is covered by skin, isn't it? So the skin is also made up of epithelial tissue. I hope you understood. And do you know what are the functions of this epithelial tissue? Yes, we know our skin protects our body from the environment, isn't it? Isn't it? Like heat, cold, everything we are tolerate, isn't it? This tolerance, how we are getting, you know? Yes, of course from our skin. So the skin protects our body from the changes in the environment. So this epithelial tissue covers and protects the body like our skin is doing. The skin covers and protects our body, no? That is made up of epithelial tissue. Like that, it also protects the internal organs. So the internal organs covering also, it is made up of epithelial tissue. And in some organs which is hollow ആയിട്ടുള്ള organs inner lining, that is also made up of this epithelial tissue, like in the digestive tract. Digestive tract, that is stomach, large intestine, small intestine, these are all hollow. A hollow pipe poleyan, hollow pipe or hollow organ aayittaan irikkunnathu. This hollow organ inside lining also made up of this epithelial tissue. Do you know this epithelial tissue reproduces rapidly? Like if we have got an injury ഉണ്ടാവുമ്പോൾ the skin reproduces rapidly and recovers. That is another peculiarity of this epithelial tissue. And also it have some other functions like protection, absorption and production of secretions. Protection we have already discussed, and absorption, it absorbs water and any other materials which are required for the body system. Okay. Then production of secretions, like it produces sweat. Some sweat glands produces sweat, and some other secretions like enzymes, hormones and digestive juices. These are all secreted with the help of this epithelial tissue. Now we will move on to the next tissue, that is nervous tissue. You might have studied about this cell. Can you identify this cell? Yes, this is a neuron. So our nervous system or nervous tissue is made up of a collection of neurons, billions of neurons ചേർന്നതാണ് ഒരു nervous tissue. And you know where are the nervous tissues found? Yes, in our brain, spinal cord and nerves. Brain, spinal cord and nerves are made up of this nervous tissue. And this nervous tissue are made up of billions of neurons. You know, this nervous system is the one who controls and coordinates all the physiological functions happening inside and outside our body. Like we are doing jumping, walking, running, everything, swimming. We are doing many things, lot of activities we are doing day to day life. And these activities are controlled and coordinated by the nervous system. So these nervous tissues take part a lot of functions in our nervous system for doing all the voluntary and involuntary activities. You know what are voluntary activities that we are doing this jumping, walking, running and voluntary activities. നമ്മൾ തന്നെ ചെയ്യുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളാണ്. And what is involuntary activities means? Yes, inside the body some things are happening without our knowledge. That is pumping of heart, functioning of lungs, this respiration, digestion. These are all involuntary functions, that physiological functions. So these both activities, that is our day-to-day life activities and all the physiological functions inside our body, these activities also are carried out by this nervous system. With the help of other tissues also, muscular tissues also helping. Like that, nervous system also take parts a main function for doing this activities. And one more function which is carried out by this nervous system is enables us to respond to a stimuli. For example, when we are touching a hot object, we will suddenly remove our fingers, isn't it? How we are doing this? You know, എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഈ ഒരു stimulation and this response happening? You know, when we touch the hot object, the nerves in the fingers are connected. You know, many nerves are passing, millions of nerves are there in our body. These connected nerves passes signals or messages to the brain, that is to the spinal cord, and there are some motor neurons. These neurons in turn passes information to the tip of the fingers. ഈ ഫിംഗേഴ്സിൻ്റെ അവിടെ പെട്ടെന്ന് within a fraction of seconds this is happening. That's why we will pull out, isn't it? When we touch the hot object, we will pull out our hands immediately. So this is an action of this nervous system. It's a coordinated action of this neurons. So neuron cannot function single. It can function with the help of other neurons which are interconnected. See, if this is a neuron, this is also a neuron, means this will be interconnected, and many other neurons are interconnected in our body which are coordinating. They are functioning in a coordinated way. So by the coordinated action of these neurons, all the physiological functions are carried out without any hassle. So we have discussed about two types of animal tissues now, that is epithelial tissues and nervous tissues, which are very important to our body, and much more importance to be given to the next two types of tissues, that is muscular tissues and connective tissues, which will be discussed by our my teacher. So listen carefully.
As Amla teacher taught you about the animal tissues, the four different types of animal tissues: epithelial tissue, nervous tissue, muscular tissue and connective tissue. And you have got knowledge about epithelial tissue and nervous tissue, isn't it? So now we will move on to the next two types of tissues, that is muscular tissue and connective tissues. So first we will discuss on muscular tissues. So the muscles in the muscular tissue have the ability to contract and regain their original state. That means they have the ability to contract and relax. And because of this ability, the muscular tissue enables or they have the ability to make the body movements possible. So muscular tissue is always related to the body movements. Is that clear? Then the next type of animal tissue is connective tissue. The connective tissue has four major roles or functions in our body. They are structure, support, defense, transportation of materials and binding up of tissues. As their name indicates, connective tissues either connects different types of tissues or provide support. Connective tissues are the most diverse tissues and largest in number in our body. Now we will discuss on the connective tissues which are mentioned in this chapter, and they are bone, cartilage, fibrous tissues, blood, tendon and ligament. So let us discuss one by one. So as I told you, their name indicates connective tissue. They connect different types of tissues. The tendons, have you heard about tendons? Tendons are the type of connective tissue which connects the muscular tissue or muscles to the bones. So it connects to different types of tissues. And the same manner, the ligaments which joins the bones in a joint. So these two connective tissues, they connect the different types of tissues. Then next we will discuss on the bone and cartilage. Bone and cartilage are also connective tissues. They help in body movement and provide a definite shape to our body and support and strength. Besides these functions, they also cover and protect the internal organs. For example, the rib cage, which protects the heart and lungs, and the vertebral column, which protects the spinal cord. So that is a function of the skeletal system in our body. Do you know how our eyes and kidneys are holding in their proper place? Let us have a look at this picture. Here you can see how eyes and kidneys are holding in their place. See, for this they need the help of a connective tissue, and that connective tissue is fibrous tissue. So fibrous tissues hold the eyes and kidneys in their proper place. Then when we come to blood, you know blood is a fluid tissue, and because of its liquid nature, it connects all the tissues and cells. And blood has various functions in our body, and they are transportation of materials like the respiratory gases and nutrients. I hope you know what are the respiratory gases. Oxygen and carbon dioxide. And also it provides immunity. That is, I told you in the beginning that one of the function of connective tissue, that is defense. So blood provides immunity, and by providing immunity, blood gives provides an ability to protect against the disease causing germ, that resistance power. So you have studied about the different types of blood cells last year, isn't it? So one of the white blood cell is able to destroy the foreign bodies that attack our body. So that is defense. The body has different types of defense mechanisms. So one of such defense is provided by the blood. So these are the various types of connective tissues in our body and their functions. So is that clear, children? Okay. So here we are winding up this class, as the next coming days and next week we are going to attend the examination. See, children, consider this exam as a unit test and take it in a very serious manner, because through this examination, teachers, we will be evaluating you. The continuous evaluation based on this, you will be evaluated. So be serious in your studies. Whichever portions teachers have taken, study it thoroughly and attend the exams confidently. So hope the concepts we have discussed on this class is clear. You have got a thorough knowledge about it. If you have any doubt, you can contact me or Amala teacher. So we will meet after the examination. So all the best for your examination. So thank you. Have a nice day.